Kia ora, Rotorua. Ahead in tonight's bulletin, MP Te Orotoa Flavell says the government's decision to delay the partial sale of Mighty River Power is important and crucial. Local farmer Mark Stewart Dibley has been fined for allowing effluent waste to flow over land on his farm. And Rotorua District Council picks up a national award in the 2012 Local Government Excellence Awards. Those stories and more coming up next on City News. During an urgent debate in Parliament last night, Waiariki MP Te Orotoa Flavell spoke to the House about government's decision to delay the partial sale of Mighty River Power. In his speech, Mr Flavell said the decision was important and crucial in trying to move towards bringing the parties together. Earlier this week, he told City News that the issue of Māori water rights is not new and not related directly to the policy of state asset sales, but about clarifying Māori rights.
The water rights issue hasn't just come about. I mean, sure, it's arrived at the Waitangi Tribunal at about the same time the government's moving to float some shares. But the water issue has been long on the table, signalled a fair way back, so it's not new. The second thing that you've identified is true that there are interests here, but the claimants have said that actually their game is not about stopping the sell-off of those assets per se, but they do have an issue with not settling and clarifying the issues of rights prior to the sell-off, because those rights may well be sold away and gone, never to be retrieved.
More from Waiariki MP Te Orotoa Flavell in tonight's City News programme. Local farmer Mark Stewart Dibley has been fined $32,500 plus costs for allowing effluent waste to flow over his land at 3 different locations on his farm. Effluent from the discharges reached a roadside drain and a watercourse in the Lake Rotorua catchment. The 3 charges against Mr Dibley followed a routine inspection by Bay of Plenty Regional Council. The council officer found effluent from the farm sump overflowing, effluent from a travelling irrigator flowing overland to a watercourse, and effluent from the cowshed yard flowing over the farm to a drain on Oturua Road. Bay of Plenty Regional Council Pollution Prevention Manager Nick Zaman says the sentencing highlighted the need for dairy farmers to be proactive in the managing of effluent rather than attempting to get by with systems that are barely able to cope with farm effluent at the best of times. And we're halfway through Conservation Week, and children from Room 9 at Linmore Primary School have been hard at work making bird feeders to hang in the redwood forest. Redwoods Visitor Centre Manager Julianne Wilkinson says the children have been working hard on the bird feeders while at the same time learning about conservation.
Well, this week's Conservation Week, which is held every year, and today we are making bird feeders to try and attract birds in and around the redwoods. You might think that there's lots of birds here, and there are, but because there's lots of people here as well, they tend to work their way back into the forest. So we'd like to attract them down. So we're working with Linmore Primary School, Room 9, and they are going to come and help create some nice wooden bird feeders. We're going to fill them up and put them up in the trees today.
Tomorrow, a planting of the Utuhina stream bank is taking place at Ray Brood Park, so get along if you can. Events are also planned for the rest of the week. You can visit conservationweek.org.nz to find out what else is coming up in Rotorua. Rotorua District Council has picked up a national award in the 2012 Local Government Excellence Awards and announced at the annual conference for the New Zealand Society of Local Government Managers. The council collected the top award in the Building Organisation Capability category for its customer-focused business improvement program, Lean Thinking, implemented at the Rotorua Aquatic Centre. RDC Chief Executive Peter Gurin said the Aquatic Centre team has been one of the Council's earliest adopters of the lean thinking concept and was already enjoying tangible results by way of improved efficiencies, higher quality services, speedier processes and cost savings. Mr Gurin said he was proud of the highly professional Aquatic Centre team, which is leading the way for driving efficiencies within the RDC. And in sport tonight, another loss for the BOP Steamers in Hamilton last night. The team going down to the Mooloos 15-6. However, the Steamers have little time to process their loss as their focus now turns to Friday night's clash against Auckland at the Rotorua International Stadium. To your weather now, Rotorua, brought to you by Trevor Robson Signs and Graphics Limited. Tonight it's fine with cold southerlies easing, an overnight low of -3. Tomorrow Thursday, fine with morning frosts and light winds, a high of 12 and a low of 0. The outlook for Friday, cloud increasing with northwesterlies, a high of 13 and a low of 6. Marine forecast for Lake Rotorua, southwest at 10 knots, waves less than half a metre, otherwise fine. And don't forget, for program listings and other info, check out our website at tvrotorua.co.nz, and while you're there to see what's on in our city, go to upcoming events. And still to come in tonight's program, Alan Solomon is at Rotorua Boys High School to talk to Under-14s rugby coach Richard Francis. I'm at the Council with Community Projects Officer Bob Austin, and Wayne Douglas looks at Māori water rights with Waiariki MP Te Ororo Flavel.